Disney must have heard me complaining about Zootopia 2. Just a couple of days ago, I literally made a video saying there's no hype, no merchandise, no promotional things at all. And honestly, that nobody even knows this movie is releasing this year. Well, Disney must have watched the video, because today, we finally got the final trailer for Zootopia 2. And let me tell you, it looks incredible. There's so much new footage, so many little details that give us a better idea of what the story is going to be, and some major character moments that fans have been waiting for. So let's break this trailer down, go through the new shots, talk about what they could mean for the movie, and of course I'll give you my thoughts on why this trailer finally makes it feel like Zootopia 2 is real. The trailer starts off with Chief Bogo saying, at the ZPD, the partnership is the cornerstone of success, while Judy and Nick are in a pig car chasing after someone, with Nick telling Judy to watch out because there's something in the way. They then crash into a pile of sheep wool, which after that then gives us our first funny scene. Beautiful! And then returns to Chief Bogo saying, you want to put bad guys away? Turning to Nick and Judy. Nick is grabbing and pulling on Judy's ears while she's saying never grab a bunny's ears and freaking out, with Chief Bogo saying be on the same page every day. Meanwhile, Judy is trying to open a crate and Nick is telling her to hurry up and let's go. Judy then gets the crate unlocked, but an anteater notices them and steals their van. And Nick says, well, we can't win them all. It then goes on to show the Disney logo, and Nick and Judy are riding in a cart through Zootopia. When Nick says, let me ask you something. Do you think we are a good team? Judy then responding with, of course. We then get to see Gazelle continuing to be a star. Then we see Judy and Nick getting ready. Judy says, I just wish I knew what we had to do to prove it to everyone else. Then Mr. Big and his polar bears are getting out of the car, with Judy saying, we check the perimeter, we snoop a little, we find nothing, we bail, with one of Mr. Big's polar bears crushing a camera. It looks like Nick and Judy are going into some kind of party, with Nick saying, a snake hasn't set foot in Zootopia in forever. After that, Gary then shows up on stage, with everyone, including Nick and Judy, were very surprised. Then the mayor yells, there's a snake. Then everybody screams and starts running away, where Judy is chasing Gary and saying stop in the name of the law. Gary, Nick, and Judy are then together, when Gary says, snakes aren't the bad guys. I have to set things right. And when I do, my family will finally be able to come home. Gary and Judy look very sad when Nick grabs the frying pan and hits Gary in the back of the head. While Nick hits Gary in the head with the pan, he cheers. He then says, Hops and Wilds, the dream team. Then two police officers come into the room and say, on the ground. Judy then says, help me save him to Nick. Nick and Judy then pick Gary up and throw him out the window, while Nick then says, I would like to call a partner meeting. Nick, Judy, and Gary then jump out the window and escape. Then it cuts to a lynx saying, I want that fox and that rabbit. Do you know how many mayors they've already destroyed? The current mayor then counts 1, 2, and says, I got up to 2. It then cuts to Judy picking up a piece of snakeskin, which looks to be Gary's. Nick then says, alright Carrots, any idea where you want to start? They're standing in front of a car when the door slams open, and a beaver named Nibbles says, if you want to find a reptile, I'm your gal. Then it cuts to Marsh Market, where Nick and Judy are with Nibbles, with all of them walking around. Nibbles then says Zootopia has a secret reptile population. We then see seals and other animals working. Nibbles then says, just let me handle the locals, with the walrus coming out of the water looking at Nibbles, where they then start saying back and forth, hey bub, hey bub, hey bub, hey bub, hey bub, bub, hey bub. In the middle of that, Nick and Judy both look at each other like they don't know what's going on. Nibbles then asks if he's seen a snake. The walrus then replies, nope. Then it moves on to Judy on top of a roof looking at a blue snake slithering away. The snake then yells cannonball and jumps down a tunnel full of water. Nick and Judy then run after him. It then shows Nick and Judy in the water tunnel going through Zootopia. A police officer is seen on the roof saying, I've got eyes on them, pointing to Nick and Judy. Police officers say, in pursuit. They then go underwater and start swimming. And we then get to see a really cool shot of animals living under the water. It then cuts to Nick, Judy, and Gary riding on a bike in the desert with police cars behind them, and pans to a very interesting scene, which is a possible love story with Nick and Judy, where they are seen looking at each other on an icy bridge. Then it moves on to a factory where Judy says, we have to solve the case. Nick then responds, it's not worth dying for. They are then seen in a house that is falling apart, where the building is split in half. Nick then reaches to help Judy and yells her name. Then it cuts to Nibbles swimming in a river saying, "Good luck! I love you!" Then something really interesting happens. A lizard in a cowboy hat appears and says to Judy, "When you two save the city." Then it cuts to a mountain where Nick and Judy are climbing up it, and then shows Nick, Judy, and Nibbles standing in front of a sliding door, with the lizard saying,
"Maybe everyone will see. Reptiles ain't that different."
Then the sliding door completely opens. Nick and Judy look very surprised, because they just saw a giant room filled with reptiles. Turtles, lizards, and many other animals. And then cuts back to the lizard running on water, and Nick says, "Huh." And the trailer ends. I'm gonna get into the good things I liked about this trailer, and then I'm gonna get into the bad, the things I didn't like about this trailer. So first off, I love how this trailer showed off a bunch of new characters. That instantly makes the world feel bigger and more alive. The reptile storyline, even though I have some issues with it, it's still such a cool idea. The idea that there's this whole hidden vault of reptiles that nobody knew about. That's awesome. I also really like the hints at a Judy and Nick love story. It's something fans have been wanting forever, and while it might be a little obvious, I think it adds a really nice emotional hook. And just in general, the trailer did what it's supposed to. It got me more excited for the movie, even though I think it revealed a little too much. I can't lie, I was hyped watching all these new scenes. It feels like the stakes are bigger this time, and that's exactly what a sequel should do. But now that I've talked about what I liked, let's get into some of the stuff that left me confused. Because honestly, this trailer raised more questions than answers. The reptile storyline is another area that's throwing me off. Don't get me wrong, the idea is amazing, but I'm not sure I like what they're doing with it. In the trailer, Nibbles takes Judy and Nick to this hidden vault, and inside are a bunch of reptiles. But if reptiles were supposedly banned, why are they just locked away in a vault instead of being completely gone from Zootopia? That doesn't really make sense. And then to make it even more confusing, we see a lizard out in the city, wearing a cowboy hat, just roaming free like nothing's wrong. So are reptiles banned or not? Why is he okay but everyone else is hidden? Now let's talk about the mysterious villain, because this is one of the biggest things confusing me. We saw him months ago in the very first teaser trailer, but since then, nothing. He hasn't shown up in a single trailer after that. Not even a quick shot in this final trailer. And I have mixed feelings about that. On one hand, I liked it because it keeps him a mystery and gives us something big to look forward to. It builds suspense and keeps us guessing. But at the same time, it also feels like they just completely got rid of him. This is the final trailer, the one that's supposed to hype up everything, and we don't even get a glimpse of him. It almost feels like he's been erased from the movie, and that's disappointing. I would have liked at least a little tease here to remind us he's still a part of the story. Another big question mark is Gary's family. His whole motivation is supposed to be tied to this mysterious book that helps them, but we don't see his family at all. And then there are these Lynx characters. They seem pretty shady, especially in the scene where they're talking with the mayor. They even ask how many mayors Judy and Nick have gotten rid of. That's super interesting. But are these Lynxes the new villain now? Or are they just side characters playing a smaller role? Speaking of too much, let's list everything this movie seems to be juggling. Gary's story, with his family and the mystery book. The reptiles being banned and locked away. The mysterious villain we still haven't seen again. The Lynx characters and their connection to the mayor. Judy and Nick possibly starting a love story. Judy and Nick being kicked off the ZPD unless they prove themselves. That is a lot of storylines for one movie. And I feel like it's going to be way too much going on in this movie. But that's just what I think. I really like this trailer, and I'm super excited to see the movie. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the final trailer for Zootopia 2? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, take care.